Hello.
Hello. What happened?
You're on air.
Yep. Good afternoon. My name is Jack Todd.
And I'm Josh Richardson. Welcome back, and these are your Solent Sports News headlines.
Texas officials are continuing their investigation into the death of Dallas Cowboys defensive end Marshawn Kneeland after he took his own life on Thursday night. His family said there were warning signs surrounding the 24-year-old's mental health before his death. Officials say that Kneeland took his own life after failing to stop for a traffic violation. This comes after he scored his first league touchdown on Monday night. If you've been affected by any of the issues in this story, you can check out mental health support groups.
With the ending of Celebrity Traitors last night, we have put our own spin on things. Shay Lucas reports.
In spirit of Celebrity Traitors finishing last night, we've put together a Traitors 11 and a Faithful 11. Find out later in the bulletin what our trusty AI correspondent predicts the score will be and who will be playing.
November is an important month in the sporting calendar and also an important month outside of sport. Men's mental health is account for 75% of suicides in the UK, which is the leading cause of death for men under 50. Here at Solent, we continue to spread awareness on this. We spoke to the Solent darts team about what they're doing to help. Sam Fryer reports.
Approximately half of all men in the UK have experienced mental health problems in their life. Around 1 in 8 have a common mental health problem like anxiety or depression, and 3/4 of all suicides in the UK are men. But men find it difficult to speak up. Solent's darts team are all participating in Movember to raise awareness and encourage men to talk about their issues. Darts player and sports journalist Riven Corbett spoke to us about the team's donation goal.
So a lot of us are kind of coming together to support Movember, and as a team we're trying to get together. We've got a fine system going which adds more money to the pot, and it really supports that goal. Initially we had a £500 target. We're kind of blowing that out of the water already within a week. I think it's reached over £600 already, and we're less than a week in now. So I guess push on more, trying to get to I guess in around the 1k mark's probably not really that feasible, but we'll try.
Jason Holbrook is walking the entirety of the UK's coastline to raise awareness for men's mental health. He started in November of last year and is doing it for a great cause.
I'm walking the whole coastline of the UK, which is 11,023 miles, and that is going to take me altogether about 3 years, maybe a touch longer, trying to raise money for these 6 charities, as well as raise awareness of men's mental health. Not that it's any worse than women's mental health, it's surely not. The difference is us lads don't communicate. I mean, ladies go to the toilet in twos, they speak about everything, and that is the key. If we communicate, the suicide rate in men is 4 times higher than it is women. And this is all because we don't talk. If we just communicate that little bit more, open up to our friends and our family.
Take it from Jason. Lads, talk to each other. Sam Fryer, Solent Sports News.
Thomas Tuchel has just announced his final England squad for 2025, with Bournemouth midfielder Alex Scott getting his first senior call-up. Scott was part of the England under-21s team that were victorious at the Euros in the summer. Adam Wharton, Jude Bellingham and Phil Foden all back in the squad for the qualifying games against Serbia and Albania. Tuchel is delighted that they are back to their best for their clubs.
I think the contribution of both of them to their clubs lately was immense. They play regularly, of course. They play a big part and a big role in the success of Real and City's matches lately. They score regularly decisive goals, so we're delighted that they're in shape, in form and back with us.
The Under-17 World Cup is underway in Qatar, and England have just won their second group game 8-1 against Haiti, including a second-half hat-trick from Chizaram Ezenwata. It is a crucial win for Liam Bramley's side, who lost 3-0 to Venezuela in their opening fixture and were temporarily sat bottom of the group. The Three Lions won their first Under-17s World Cup in 2017 when they beat Spain 5-2. Liverpool will host Manchester City in the Premier League on Sunday afternoon. The champions are 1 point behind City and are off the back of 2 wins in the week. Manager Arne Slot has delivered some important team news, including the fitness of Alexander Isak.
First time today with the team again, so after being 3 weeks out. So I know that I said 3 weeks ago his pre-season has ended, so now it's time for us to see where he is. But I have to come back to those words, because if you're 3 weeks only with the rehab, that doesn't bring you back to the levels he was 3 weeks ago. Although our rehab team is doing an incredible job, but you cannot compare rehab with games of football or training sessions with the team.
Arsenal travel to the Stadium of Light tomorrow to face an informed Sunderland side who find themselves 4th in the Premier League. Former Gunners captain Granit Xhaka has been vital in the Black Cats' great start to the season. Arsenal manager Mikel Arteta is full of praise for his former player.
He's having one of the best, I would say. I think what they've done as a football club as well in the last few years is very impressive. The manner they've done, the decision that they've taken, and how stable they look, and how they have started the season. So, really impressed.
11 people were arrested last night ahead of Aston Villa's Europa League game against Maccabi Tel Aviv. Last month, Tel Aviv fans were banned from attending the game at Villa Park due to safety concerns. More than 700 police officers from 25 forces were sent to the stadium.
Continuing on with the Europa League, Aston Villa beat Maccabi Tel Aviv 2-0, whereas Nottingham Forest drew 0-0 in Austria against Sturm Graz, while Morgan Gibbs-White missing a penalty. Rangers, who are rock bottom of the league phase, suffered another defeat as they lost 2-0 to Roma, while Celtic were heavily beaten in Denmark 3-1 by Midtjylland. In the Conference League, Crystal Palace returned to winning ways, and their first ever European win at Selhurst Park, after beating Alkmaar 3-1 through an Ismaila Sarr brace. Aberdeen got their first point of the campaign as they drew 0-0 to AEK Larnaca. Ireland are preparing for their second autumn international as they face Japan at the Aviva Stadium in Dublin tomorrow. The Irish will be looking to bounce back after last week's 26-13 defeat to New Zealand. Head coach Andy Farrell says he has struggled with the squad selection so far, but there are opportunities for players to get back in the squad.
Obviously, everything gets thrown into the pot, doesn't it, in regards to selection when you're coming up with 4 big games and you throw a bit of travel in there, and at the stage of the season that it's at, so everything gets thrown into the pot. But I suppose the lads that don't get a chance to play this weekend, they're the ones that's brimming to get back.
We swap the pitch for the green now, as Bowls looks to build its new generation at Atherley Bowls Club. Our reporter Harry McBain has more on the story.
I think that golf is one of the most played sports by over 50s in Britain, but there's a chance that it might be this. Bowls, played up and down the country and on the indoor lawn here at Atherley Bowls Club. The perception of the sport is that it's just for the older generation, but Atherley's Pat Lawson wants to bring in a younger crowd and change the mindset.
The idea is to try and get people in here as a sports facility, you know, but also we'd like it to be a community type place where children, youngsters can come in and they can actually sit there and study and that sort of thing in a safe environment, you know, and a lot cheaper than if you were going to a coffee shop. So,
with younger members already involved and a young world champion in the sport, Pat believes the club offers a great opportunity to get school kids into the game.
You can teach youngsters to come through, and because you're young and fit and you've got better eyesight and that, your touch is going to be better anyway. So, you know, it does encourage youngsters to actually, you know, sort of get good very quickly. 2 guys who were playing in my team, they're only about 28, 29, and they are some of the best players in Hampshire, you know.
Bowls is one of the most played sports in the UK, with 125,000 people playing the sport in leagues across the country. Despite this fact, many young people still don't know what bowls has to offer and whether it's worth their time.
It's the most competitive sport I've ever played. You know, I played cricket for Hampshire, played golf for Hampshire, and now I play bowls for Hampshire. And this is more competitive than anything else I've ever played, you know. We're trying to promote this place as just something where anybody can come.
So if you're looking for a new sporting venue to keep fit and socialise, Atherley Bowls Club is one to watch. Harry McBain, Solent Sports News.
In partnership with South Western Railway and the Saints Foundation, senior Saints members have the opportunity to see things they wouldn't usually get the chance to. Today, as part of the 80th anniversary since the end of World War II, senior Saints members had the opportunity to visit the Tower of London and see the poppies on display. Our reporter Cameron Jarvis has more.
Well, thanks Jack, thanks Josh. I'm here at the Tower of London with Paul from the Saints Foundation. We're here today with senior Saints and to try the train. Paul, just give us a quick sort of overview of what the Try the Train programme is.
So Try the Train is an experience for some of our adults who attend our Senior Saints programme to get to try the train to lots of different destinations and some different experiences. We've done a few. We've done a hovercraft to the Isle of Wight. We did the London Eye last year. And it's really nice to come to the Tower of London this year because it's actually the 80th anniversary of the end of the Second World War.
Yeah, what are the sort of trips you do? You say told us you do multiple throughout the year. What are the other ones you sort of do?
So we're going to look at doing some really nice ones around the Christmas period this year. So we're going to do a couple of Christmas markets. And we said we've been to the Isle of Wight last year, and we've also done a couple out to the New Forest.
Yeah. With sort of it being almost Remembrance Day coming up 80th anniversary, what is the sort of importance behind that of getting these sort of senior saints to come here and see this?
So this year is really poignant because it's actually the 80th anniversary of the end of the Second World War. So it's an opportunity for people to come out and have a look at the poppies and to just basically remember the people that gave their life for this country.
Yeah, and you mentioned you've done 3 throughout the year, you've got 1 today. What are the benefits that our senior saints get out of doing this, coming to London, trying the train and everything?
It's an opportunity for them to come out and try things that they wouldn't normally get an opportunity to see or do. What's really nice is also it brings a lot of them together. A lot of older adults don't get the opportunity to talk to other people during the day, so it's really nice, to come out.
And what would you say your favourite part of doing this is?
My favourite part is actually when they come out and they get to see things they haven't seen before, and also the fact they come together and it's a really nice thing for them to be able to spend time with each other.
Nice pigeon.
Yeah, lovely.
And how long have you been doing this for yourself? What sort of role are you?
So I've been at the Saints Foundation for 10 years. I've actually been looking after this programme and a lot of others all that time. And it's been really nice to be able to see the growth that we're able to experience through the programme. And having the opportunity to utilise the support of the South West Rail and the funding they're able to support us with is a really, really good thing.
Perfect. Thank you, Paul. Well, that's all we've got time for. We're going to be out in London, though, for the rest of the day. Hit the Tower of London and around the area. You can catch all what we're doing here on the Solent Sport News Instagram page. But for now, back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Cameron. The first Ashes Test match starts in less than 3 weeks' time. The Lions and the main team will face off in a warm-up game as England prepare to regain the urn, with the first Test match in Perth on the 21st of November. However, there is one England player who is currently in Australia, but is in fact helping the opposition to prepare for the historic series. England bowler Ollie Robinson bowled at Australian batter Sam Constas and standing captain Steve Smith on Thursday during New South Wales training. 31-year-old Robinson hasn't played a test since February 2024 and was left out of England's Ashes squad, but is in Australia to play club cricket.
More cricket news as former Zimbabwe captain and current opening batter Sean Williams has ended his international career as he enters a rehabilitation programme to treat drug addiction. He had previously pulled out of the T20 side before World Cup Africa qualifier in September, and during an internal investigation, he disclosed that he has been struggling with drug addiction and has voluntarily entered rehabilitation. Zimbabwe Cricket said the all-rounder had made himself unavailable for national selection and that the Zimbabwe Cricket Board would not pick him again.
Ahead of the Sao Paulo Grand Prix, McLaren driver Oscar Piastri has hit out at Verstappen's recent comments, saying he's able to stand up for himself after Verstappen questioned whether he needed to be more assertive. The Australian believes he still has what it takes to win the World Championship after slipping 1 point behind teammate Lando Norris in Mexico City.
Broadcast sports grab the eyes and the attention of mass audiences, but that interest tends to drop off further away from the spotlight. Parashar wondered whether boxing followed a similar trend.
You can't be a champion if you're going to fight out of anger. You have to be a champion and fight out of skill.
Boom! Are you done with the football and cricket? Something really exciting behind this door. Let's look up. So I'm here at Inner City Boxing Club to get you more stories about how grassroots is growing boxing community to the professional level. Let's dig up some stories.
Inner City Boxing it's been here for about 10 years. It's a community boxing club for everyone. We predominantly focus on the youth of the area, but we have sessions for adults, for competitive boxers. We generally just try and include as many people from the local area as possible. Boxing, a lot of boxers stay with their amateur coaches. It's just about keeping the individuals connected and involved with this sport for a long period of time, and the ones that are good enough and stay with boxing long enough eventually turn professional.
Before, I didn't know what to do with myself, but now, to be fair, it's got me into a routine where I've gotten a job, sorted out other lifetimes things. Yeah, it's just sort of like made my life a lot better, just getting active and actually keeping myself fit and healthy.
When I won that tournament, that was one of the best feelings ever, and hopefully I can recreate that soon in like 3 weeks' time, winning the NAGBCs.
People are willing to send their kids to the boxing club and have the likes of Fred and me take them to London or whatever and spend our day, but our community want to go to work and earn their money and drive taxis. It's not a babysitting service, man. You're not going to get champions out of babysitting service. Sorry, I'm not going to drive the taxi today. Sorry, I have to take a £100 cut.
Every punch, every lesson, and every young boxer's dream begins at the grassroots level. But how far? To understand the step from amateur to professional boxing, we reach out to a boxing journalist who writes for the Big Fight Weekend game.
There's a big gap in between grassroots and the upper echelon of boxing. There's a huge gap there. People like Anthony Joshua, who does frequently visit, or as often as someone like that can, he will visit his old boxing club. Fighters that have gone through those clubs to go back and then give something back to the next generation. Having those success stories, I think, is important to bridge that gap.
From the first jab thrown in a local gym to the moment a fighter steps towards a professional ring, every boxing dream begins at a grassroots level. With the right guidance and opportunity, these early ambitions can grow into real futures, because every champion's journey starts long before the spotlight. I'm Parashar Bhosle, Solent News.
The Grand Slam of Darts gets underway this weekend and is one of the last tournaments before the World Championships at Alexandra Palace next month. The players are split into 8 groups of 4, with the top 2 of each group going through to a knockout phase. The final will be played in Wolverhampton on Sunday the 16th of November.
Now moving over to Solent University, where every week they put on events for students to enjoy for free. This week, they introduced pickleball. We went down to find out more.
Here at Solent University, they offer a wide range of sports for students to play, but the latest one added to the roster is pickleball, a new skill for students to pick up and try out. We asked a member of staff what he felt the actual benefits were for students using this moving forward.
Well, essentially, I believe that there should be an outlet for all students to take part in physical activity. And when I joined the university almost a year ago, there was a big offering in terms of competitive sport, but there wasn't anything in terms of like social or recreational sport where students, staff members, alumni and public members could take part in.
Charlie wants the sport and time spent learning to play it help people develop other skills used outside of sport.
It's open to all abilities, so we have a wide range of people who come in here, from players who've never picked up a racket in their life to people who probably should be playing for the badminton club. So in terms of the skills that people can acquire when they come to these sessions, for me it's all about integrating people and making sure that people from all different walks of life play together on the courts.
Social sporting events are growing steadily at Solent, with the only requirement being to have fun. Charlie hosts these sessions almost every day in the week.
But at the moment we have, on Mondays, we do 2 hours of social sports at lunchtimes, where we do an hour of pickleball and an hour of what we call social rackets. Social rackets essentially is badminton, table tennis and pickleball, which is kind of the similar setup to today. Tuesdays we run an hour of pickleball at lunchtime, Wednesday, we run a beginner's lifting class in the gym. Thursday lunchtime is again pickleball and social rackets, and then Fridays is a women's indoor football session. But the hope is next term, so from January onwards, the program will grow bigger.
Jack Todd, Solent Sports News.
Now to our reporter Shay Lucas to find out how our Traitor versus Faithful game went on.
Welcome back to our highly anticipated match between Team Faithful and Team Traitors, all thanks to our reporter Patrick Fitzgerald. So here are our teams, Team Faithful and Team Traitors. So how did they get on? So two strong teams, as I said, and Traitors started the game well with Fabregas and Figo creating early chances for Tevez and Owen. Owen then later opened the scoring in the 21st minute, and Tevez netted a second for the Traitors just before half-time. When we came out for the second half, though, the Faithful midfield took control, with Gerrard and Scholes linking up well with Totti. After a tight and entertaining game, the Faithful 11 won 3-2 thanks to a hat-trick from Matt Letizia. Make sure you head over to our TikTok and our other social platforms to find out more.
That's all we have time for now, but don't forget to check out our website Solent Sports News for more live updates.